Hello traders, Nick here and welcome to this Trade Secret tutorial on bounce trades. So what are bounce trades? Well, they're a strategy that works in any market or any time frame, and really they are what they basically sound like. It's basically a strategy where we're looking for price to bounce off a level and keep on moving in the direction of the trend. The first thing we need to do when identifying a possible key level is look for key horizontal support and resistance, a moving average or a trend line. So we're looking for something for this bounce to occur on. So in this particular example I've got here, you can see I've plugged in a 50 moving average, so that's a good level to look for. We've got a trend line in here, probably my least favorite, but where we've got a solid trend line where we can connect 3, 4 or more points, then that's an obvious place to look for a bounce as well. But probably my personal favorite is the horizontal support or resistance level, because all trading really is a sort of stepping stone fashion move up the staircase or down the staircase, and we'll have a look at some examples where we use the support and resistance. But carrying on, what we also need is to identify a good price action setup. So finding a key level or a key area where a bounce is likely to happen is critical, but we also need the price to tell us that a bounce is imminent. Now, my favourite sort of price action to identify a bounce would be some sort of low test when going long in this situation, or alternatively a high test bar if I was looking for a bounce short. But other sort of tip-offs could be any sort of consolidation or slowing of a move in a bounce area. So you can see we've had a move down towards this moving average and this trend line, and we see we've got 3 bars which really haven't gone anywhere, and that's the sort of indication that possibly a bounce might be coming. But it's that particular sort of low test bar, and that could really come anywhere in that formation. Obviously if it's the last bar, that's a more powerful sign that we want to get in fairly soon. But price action, separate tutorial on sort of chart, on candlestick chart patterns, but a nice low test bar is always probably my favourite. So where do we set our entry as stop loss? Well, we want to set our entry on the break of the price action. So if we're looking at a low test bar, I generally get in on the break of that low test bar, or if it's a consolidation area as well as a low test, then on the break of that consolidation. The stop loss goes underneath that area, so the zone beneath, in this case, the 50 moving average or that particular consolidation or price bar. So the trade itself, we get triggered in and hopefully it moves nicely away in our favour. Point of Excellence that I make in a number of my tutorials, always more powerful in my experience to take the trade near a moving average. Don't take it when it's overextended. It's less likely to deliver the returns that you're looking for. Again, separate tutorial on that if you're interested in moving averages and overextension. So let's have a look at a few quick examples here. So this is Ultra Electronics. Nice low test bar here off a trend line, so 1, 2, 3, 4 touches of a trend line. So actually we've got a low test bounce here, but obviously the trend line isn't really well formed there. We need at least 3 or 4 touches to confirm that trend line. Actually in that area you can see there's a bit of a support resistance zone as well, so that's probably actually really what's driving this rather than the trend line, but there it is. Let's have a look at one off the moving average. So this is Hikma Pharmaceuticals, and you see a nice low test bar off the 50 moving average here, and again is actually a bit of a horizontal support resistance layer functioning there. So where you've got confluence of factors, that's always far more powerful. Again, always better going with the trend. Can work short as well as long, so this is a bounce short. We can see we've got actually a high test bar here off this what is it? Well, it's support turned resistance, but actually the killer bar is this one. Look at this huge, great high test right up to that level, right back down again. And if you'd shorted it on the break of that bar, a nice little return to be made on that move down there. So switching to currencies then, this is euro dollar in a 60-minute chart, and we can see a very nice level formed here. I do like currencies. They trade very, very technically and can almost form to the pip horizontal support and resistance levels. So we've got one here, so touch, through again, and up, and then we got a nice high test bar off that level, and if you'd shorted it there and took that ride, a lot of money to be made there potentially, or at least multiple percentages of your risk. Finally, let's have a look at this is sterling on a 4-hour chart, and again this is the key bar here, isn't it? Nice low test bar off this trend line, which really I think the more important factor here is this key support turn resistance line bounce. So if we entered on the break of that particular bar, nice move upwards with the direction of the trend. So bounce trades, strategy works in any market or time frame, used to go both long and short. Look to find bounce offs in key areas, so around support resistance areas, off big moving averages, or possibly a trend line. Identify a bounce price action setup. You must find some price action that tells you that bounce is likely to happen, and my favourite is the low or high test bar, depending on where you're going long or short. And obviously, said a number of times, and I would say in all my tutorials, trading always more powerful when trading with the dominant trend. Thanks very much.